Let's start with quadrilateral, guys. Quadri means 4 and laterals means sides. A quadrilateral is a four-sided polygon like this. A, B, C and D are the four vertices. AB, BC, CD and AD are the four sides, and angle DAB, angle ABC, angle BCD and angle CDA are four angles. So a quadrilateral has four sides, four vertices and four angles. A quadrilateral is a closed 2D figure. It is a two-dimensional and not three-dimensional figure because you cannot find the volume of a quadrilateral and only the area of the quadrilateral can be found. So it is a 2D figure. The line joining the two opposite vertices of a quadrilateral is called a diagonal of that quadrilateral. So normally a quadrilateral has two diagonals intersecting each other at some point called O. When we divide a quadrilateral by a diagonal by joining its two opposite vertices, we get two triangles. Now by the angle sum property of a triangle, the angle of each triangle makes a total of 180 degree. So when we add up the angles of these two triangles, we get the sum of all the angles of a quadrilateral, that is 180 degree plus 180 degree is equal to 360 degree. So the sum of all the angles of a quadrilateral is always equal to 360 degree. Types of quadrilaterals. So the first type we are going to see is a parallelogram. This is an example of parallelogram. The arrows are showing the parallel sides. Opposite sides are parallel and equal. So the opposite sides in here are AB and DC. AB is parallel to DC and AB is also equal to DC. Now as you can see, I have not drawn these two lines overlapping the lines on my page. So that is how you draw any figure without overlapping any line on your page so that the end points of the lines are clearly visible. The next property of a parallelogram is that opposite angles are equal. So here the opposite angles are angle X and angle X, angle Y and angle Y. So this angle is equal to this angle and this angle is equal to this angle. Diagonals bisect each other. So the two diagonals of any parallelogram will bisect each other at any point, let's say O. So the area of a parallelogram is its own base multiplied by its own height. So here the height is H and the base is DC. So the area is DC multiplied by H. Perimeter of a parallelogram is the sum of all sides. Or in this case, we can say twice AB plus BC. Diagonal of a parallelogram divides it into two congruent triangles. So if we draw only one diagonal, then we get two congruent triangles, ADB and triangle CBD. Rectangle. A rectangle has all the properties of a parallelogram. It has all angles equal to 90 degree, which means all the angles of a rectangle is equal to 90 degree. Equal diagonals. The rectangle has two diagonals which are equal to each other and will bisect each other at point O. Area of a rectangle can be calculated by multiplying its length into its breadth. Length of a diagonal of a rectangle is under root length square plus breadth square. And here we are applying Pythagoras theorem. Perimeter of a rectangle is twice multiplied by the sum of its length and its breadth. Square. A square has all the properties of a parallelogram and rhombus. All sides of square are equal, and here we are taking each side as x. All angles of the square are 90 degree. Square has equal diagonals, and diagonals bisect each other at 90 degree, just like rhombus. The diagonals of a square bisect each other at 90 degree at point O. The length of the diagonal of a square is x root 2, that is root 2 times its own side. And by the powers of Pythagoras theorem, we can see in any right angled triangle, if the two sides excluding the hypotenuse are equal, then the length of the hypotenuse is root 2 times the side. That is, if the sides are x and x, the hypotenuse will be x root 2. For example, x, x, and the hypotenuse will be x root 2. Sides are y, y, and the hypotenuse will be y root 2. 2, 2, 2 root 2, 100, 100, 100 root 2. The area of any square is its side square, and the perimeter will be 4 times its side. Rhombus. Rhombus has all properties of parallelogram. All sides of the rhombus are equal. As you can see, the sides are x, 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 and x. Opposite angles of a rhombus are equal. Angle A is equal to angle C. Angle B is equal to angle D. Not equal diagonals. So a rhombus has two diagonals with different lengths. Diagonals bisect at 90 degree. So the diagonals of rhombus bisect each other at 90 degree. The area of a rhombus is P multiplied by Q upon 2, and the P and Q are its respective diagonals. Perimeter of the rhombus will be calculated same as that of square, that is 4 times its side. The next is trapezium, also known as trapezoid. So there are two different types of trapezium. The first one is a simple trapezium with two sides parallel and unequal, and the other two sides are unequal. And the other one is an isosceles trapezium with two unequal sides which are parallel, and the other two non-parallel sides are equal. So a trapezium has a pair of opposite sides parallel but not equal, and diagonals do not bisect. So the diagonals of trapezium will not bisect each other, but the diagonals of an isosceles trapezium will be equal. Area of trapezium is calculated as the half of its height multiplied by the sum of the two parallel sides, and in this case it will be calculated as h upon 2 multiplied by AB plus CD. The next is kite. No sides are parallel. No sides of a kite are parallel. Two angles equal, angle B and angle D, and the sides AD and AB are equal, and the sides BC and CD are equal. So angle B and angle D, which are here taken as angle X and angle X, are equal, and angle Y, that is angle A, will not be equal to angle C, that is angle Z. Diagonals bisect at 90 degree, but only one diagonal is bisected. So in kite, diagonal AC bisects diagonal BD, but diagonal BD does not bisect diagonal AC at 90 degree, which means only diagonal BD is bisected and not diagonal AC. Two adjacent sides are equal. So the two adjacent sides AD and AB are equal and the two adjacent sides BC and CD are equal. So the area of a kite is taken as the product of its diagonals divided by 2. So the perimeter of the kite will be taken as twice into A plus B. A and B are the equal sides. So there are few more complex quadrilaterals which are not in our syllabus and therefore are useless to us. But the important note is that quadrilateral formed by joining the midpoints of the sides of a quadrilateral taken in order is a parallelogram. So if we draw a random quadrilateral A, B, C and D, so if we join the midpoints of the sides of this quadrilateral, we get a parallelogram. And that is it, friends. We will meet in next video. Bye.